I'm Kevin Blair with Element Home Loans, and I've got a very, very special young lady with me today. That this is actually the very first time I had met her. We've talked on the phone probably 7 or 8 hours, but I've never met her in person. Miss Gina, so nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. I am excited.
Ab- Absolutely. So it's Gina Shumway with the Auburndale Group at Keller Williams.
Yes, correct. Gina
So
Shumway.
So tell us first, because yeah, this is about mortgages, this is about real estate, but really it's about people. Okay. So tell us about Gina. Give us a 2 or 3 minute commercial about just you as a person.
Okay. My name is Gina Shumway. I am an avid lover of life. I married the man of my dreams at the age of 19 to my parents' less than love. And we have proven them at this point that we were a match made in heaven. I have four wonderful children, and so we are involved in all of the extracurricular activities from football to swim to boxing to basketball. We do it all, tumbling.
Nice.
Um, I love any form of exercise. I find it to be my therapy and to be something that helps me ground myself and center myself when, life throws its challenges. Um, I am I'm a Christian and I love God and I love serving people.
Fantastic.
So that is me in a nutshell. Oh, I guess the other thing I would say is I actually was a nurse practitioner and worked in the medical field serving people for 10 years prior to going into real estate. Um, I I loved my job and I loved helping people, but it was very sad, and I started investing a couple years ago, and I loved that so much, and I loved working with my real estate agent to the point that I actually approached her about possibly seeing if I could work on the team that she was with. And so I actually decided to go full steam ahead and got my real estate license, and I've been doing that ever since.
Nice. So how long have you been a realtor now?
Um, 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah,
4 months.
yeah,
I did not know that. 4 months. That is
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
Oh, no, no. You know what? We've got so much to talk about. No, that's not just that, but first, how old are your kids and boys or girls?
So I have my son is turning 12 this upcoming Sunday. Then I have a daughter, she's 10. I have another son who is 7, and then I have my youngest is 4, and she's a girl.
That is, my oldest son has 4 children. And I think I told you this when we talked the first time. He said they went from three to weird. He said,
Yeah.
you walk into a restaurant with 3 kids, nobody looks at you. You walk in with 4 kids, everybody's turning their heads and staring. Uh, but I will tell you this. I'll tell you this on the flip side of it. I also got married to my high school sweetheart. I was 19. She graduated in June, and we got married in August. She was 18, and that's been 43 years ago.
There you go.
43 years ago.
There
So
you
yeah,
go.
it works. And but you also said something that's even more important. Okay, because Gina, it's important what we do. I love the mortgage business. I love being a part of this transaction that we get to be a part of because it literally changes people's lives. Um, but I've been doing it 24 years and I still never get tired of the initial conversation and the conversation when we get to say, guess what? You're really approved and it's clear to close and you're really buying a house. And that's such great news to give people. But you said something, so I can say it. I can say it. And I know it's mortgage sense with Kevin, and it's my show and I get to say whatever I want to. Um, but even more important than all that is that I can tell by talking to you, and you just said it, both of us put God first. Okay. And God first in our lives, God first in our marriages, God first in our kids, and God first in our businesses. And that's so very strong. And congratulations on that. That's huge. So
Thanks.
you've got some other exciting news that's been going on. Tell us a little bit about that.
So, I actually joined the team that did a lot of my transactions for investment. And I really liked the agent that I worked with. She was phenomenal. She's a rock star. And I actually became close to the team leader. Her name is Adrian. And I loved learning from her. And so I really grabbed on to both of them to learn everything that I could. And I was having some conversations with Adrian one day and told her that I had aspirations to own a team, that I want to go big, dream big. I don't know if you've ever read the book 10X is easier than 2X.
Just
Um,
finished about a month and a half ago.
yeah, it's great, right? So
Yes, it is.
I was like, I want to do that. I want to own a team. I want to scale. I want to achieve goals and aspirations and help people, and give my family even a different life. And so I told her about my aspirations and my dreams of owning a team, and she actually called me one day and said, "Hey, I'm interested in selling my team. Would you and this other agent on the team, her name's Tevin Pickett, would you be interested in owning it with her and purchasing the team with her? Because Tevin is the lead buyer. She's a top producer, 20% producer in Chattanooga. She knows the team. She built the team. She's been on the team since it first originated. And I think Adrian saw the potential that I had. I mean, the work ethic and the drive,
Mhm.
and so she offered for us to purchase the business. And effective October 30th of this year, myself and my partner Tevin Pickett are now the proud owners of Auburndale Group of Chattanooga.
That is so very cool. And you had reached out to me by connection through Adrian, and we had been talking for I guess a couple of weeks before, and you couldn't even tell me. And all of a sudden, I see this, and which is why I wanted to do this right now. I know we're meeting with your team on Thursday, and I'm really excited about that. There's something about I had been I was self-employed for 19 years, 8 months, 3 weeks, and 6 hours. I'm not counting. Um, uh, but I've been 100% commission now for 44 years, um, and I wouldn't take it any other way. I just wouldn't. I don't want anybody putting a value on me, telling me what I'm worth. Uh, and that book, Ed Milet, which is a great podcast. I could only there's no way that I could, he does what he does on his podcast are incredible. But that book, and this is not about a podcast about books, but I've read four. I love to read. I've read 4 books in the last 5 months and getting ready to start the next one. Have you ever heard of The Gap and the Gain?
The gap in the game.
Okay.
Who, not
The
how.
Gap and the Gain is a great one. Who Not How is another great one. Um, Lady, we got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to talk about, and I can't wait to be a part of this journey with you. I mean, this is exciting, um, because some of my best agents, some of them that I've been doing business with 10 or 12, 13 years now, started off just like you, and we've ridden, and there's so much between our side and your side. And what's very, very important is the partnership between the lender, the title company, and the agents. Okay. And that's why to us, communication is the number one thing. If people are worried, and when I say people, if the buyers, if either one of the agents, if they're worried about what's going on and they don't know what's going on with during the process, then the lenders are not doing their jobs. Okay. Um, that communication is so very key. Um, No, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what happens the next 3 years, the 5 years.
Yeah, I really resonated with me when you said that you were commission based, and that you define your value and your worth. And one of the things, I don't talk about it a lot, but one of the reasons also why I decided to leave medicine and to do investment and then do real estate full time is because um, as a nurse practitioner in the medical field, there's a cap, there's a ceiling. I reached the peak of my market value, what people were willing to pay me 7 years ago, and I actually was making less than I made when I started 7 years ago in the medical field, even though my patient load was getting higher. And I also found that I was more competent than a lot of these physicians. And in the state of Tennessee, I had to work underneath them and I had to do what they told me to do, if we were having a disagreement in the regards to the management of the patient. And
Sure.
I just thought, I don't want anyone to define my value. God can define my worth, right?
Hmm.
But as far as, my income potential, my ability to provide for my family, my ability to help other people, my ability, all of those things, I want to have power over those things. I want to be able to be there on people's happy days, and I want to be able to not have a cap, and to be able to grow and to help people grow and all of those things. And I found that, you can do that in real estate and you can help people. And that's one of the things also the Auburndale group does is our little like mission statement, our line is we transforming lives through the power of real estate.
That's it.
And so um, we can also help not just help our buyers get into their primary homes, but help them build financial success and financial independence through the power of real estate. And I love that.
Generational wealth.
Generational.
Generational wealth.
Mhm.
It's amazing. It's amazing, Gina, the people that I put in business or not put in business, but put in homes that have never owned a home before. And some of them are 40, 50 years old and buying a home for the first time. And I don't care if it's a 50-year-old or a 25-year-old buying their first home, it's building wealth. It's building something that they can't, it's hard to do in any other vehicle, if we want to call it a vehicle, but it's so personal. And what we do is truly a service business. I've been in the service business for 44 years, um, which is why I have the ability. I had a group of loan officers. Um, it's been about 15 years ago. I was managing over 100 loan officers, and everybody said, "Okay, what made you different? What made you successful? What do you have that you blew our numbers away?" And I thought about it and thought about it and I thought about it, and I will tell you, I think one of my best strengths, because when people come into what they think is a sales environment, and I don't think what we do is sales. Jenny, you could not sell me a house. You couldn't. You could not say the words or talk me into buying a house. That's not what you're there for. I can't talk somebody into using a mortgage. My job, your job, is to provide great information, accurate information, and let people make their decisions. Okay. So one of the abilities that I had, because whenever anybody coming into a situation where they think it's sales, you know how they come in? They come in like this. They're ready to, you said boxing earlier, and this, they're ready to fight. I have the ability to get people put their hands down and just talk to me. Okay. And at the end of the day, if it's right, and I say this all the time, if it's right, if it'll be right 30 days from now, it'll be right 6 months from now, it'll be right a year from now. It's not about pressure. It's about giving people enough accurate information for them to make a decision. Lady, I can't wait to see what happens. What's going to be really exciting for you, because, and I know Adrian and running her business. Okay. You hear all the stats and all the numbers about building a business and your referral database and your sphere and all that, and you're just building it. You're just starting it. Okay. Uh, but if you get on the right path of working it the right way, it'll feed you for the next 25 years. It's incredible. So congratulations very
Thank
much.
you.
Well, listen,
Thank you.
what's the best way for somebody to find you?
So we have a website. They can
Okay.
feel free to see our website. They can meet our team. We're all on there. It's www.auburndalegroup.com, or you can also reach me at my cell phone, 770-686-9366. I pride myself on my responsiveness and getting back to you, like you said, and providing the information that people need.
Fantastic. And for any home that Gina and her team have for sale, or any home in the MLS, you can reach us at kevinblairteam.com. Our phone number is 423-488-7571. Right above me, there's an About Me page that you can click, hit a link, fill out a short form. It'll come right to me, and I will personally call you. If you like this kind of information, hit like, hit subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Gina, thank you so much, man. I can't wait. We're going to do this more and more and more, because I can't wait to watch your growth and your success. Thank you so much. I mean that.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. We'll do some check-ins, see how it goes.
There you go.